Not see people go on dying because of bullets or dying because of hunger.
With the Ethiopian
It is my duty to defend the honor of the United Nations.
Guterres told reporters it was his duty to defend the honor of the body after a rare public exchange with Ambassador Taye Atske-Selassie at the end of a Security Council meeting on Wednesday discussing the situation in the country. Last week, the government in Ethiopia expelled 7 senior UN officials, most of them with the world body's humanitarian agency, for, quote, meddling in its internal affairs.
Mr. President, we truly hoped Council members would have the insight to leave this matter to the government, Ethiopia, and the United Nations.
Selassie expanded on that at the 15-member council, accusing the UN staff of taking sides in the war in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region and inflating the magnitude of the humanitarian crisis.
The UN staff, Ethiopia, expelled, sidelined their oaths, the rules of professional conduct, and the principles of humanitarian assistance.
He alleged the officials had made up data, falsely claiming hunger was used as a weapon of war and that people had died from hunger, and also accused them of supporting the Tigrayan forces who were fighting the government.
These individuals executed the conspiracy created by TPLF and its member to generate an image of extreme casualty that warrants quote-unquote humanitarian intervention and rescues the criminal group. To use their own words, they were looking to create a Darfur-like situation. They suddenly and overnight created 1 million victims of health disaster. Ethiopia deeply resents this experience.
Guterres then took the unusual step of asking for the right to reply.
In a spirit of complete easiness, that I would like to ask you one thing, Mr. Ambassador.
In his response to the council, the UN chief said he had not seen any information from Ethiopia about this claim and demanded documents that prove the new allegations.
I would like to receive a copy of that document because I have not had any knowledge of any of them.
Guterres also said that he told Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed twice that if there were any concerns about the impartiality of UN staff, then the government should share the information so the UN could investigate.
That I asked him, please send me those situations for me to be able to investigate. Twice I asked it to the Prime Minister. Until now, I had no response to these requests.
War broke out 11 months ago between Ethiopia's federal troops and forces loyal to the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the TPLF, which controls Tigray. Thousands have died, millions have fled their homes, and the conflict has spilled into the neighboring regions of Amhara and Afar. Guterres called on the government to allow the urgent delivery of aid without hindrance and the unrestricted movement of desperately needed fuel, cash, communications equipment, and humanitarian supplies into the conflict-ridden regions. Now, permanent members Russia and China have made clear they believe the Tigray conflict is an internal affair for Ethiopia, which makes any strong action by the Council, such as sanctions, highly unlikely.